Whoa. Hold on. Good morning. What the fuck is that doing? Why am I transparent? Huh. I don't know why it's doing that. It's very odd. Hmm. That's not any better. Okay, that's better. At least I'm not transparent anymore. How's everyone doing? It's fine, leave it. Yeah, my mom's doing alright. Just, it's bullshit. It's better now. I think I accidentally made the filter color too dark, and then it was picking up like it was making the blacks invisible instead of just the greens. Steak tacos, nice. It's like this week is trying to pack in enough bullshit for a whole year. Yeah, there's a lot of macro this week. Starting a new job next month. Nice. Is that exciting? Is it like a job you want to do? Or at least a better job? Nice. Can you cover China imploding? These are strong words, Bob. Also, Nvidia. I mean, we could talk about China, but I don't know. I don't really think anything's drastically changed on that front, though. I mean, mostly their bond market's suffering because of the rise in the dollar and their peg, which has been blown out for months now. So basically, they're not going to be able to get any yuan. Like, they're not going to be able to convert dollars to yuan, which makes their economy like dollar heavy. Yeah, you seem to be really interested in Chinese bonds. I don't think they fucking matter that much. No one owns them. Who the fuck owns Chinese bonds? Fubo? Why? Sure. Farm. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe care what's more collateral for my MSTR. What are you doing? Selling naked calls on it? Spreads? The fuck do you need more collateral for a spread for? It's a fixed loss. Do you have like diagonals or something? Didn't the exchange rate boof with the dollar yuan? Yeah, I mean, well, so China's central bank has like a pin on onshore yuan, so it's supposed to be like 713 to the dollar. But the current rate is like 733 to the dollar. So generally, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to go out and buy up like U.S. Treasuries, pull yields down, and balance out the pair. But they're broke, so they haven't done that. Sean D, welcome to Zillionaire, man. Thank you. Hit me up on the Discord. I'll get you added to the country club after the stream, dude. Yeah, diagonals. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you might have exceeded your margin limits. They might close you out of them, but if you're profitable, then you probably don't care. Vol was because like you can get like a big spike in vol on the short dated contracts, and then the longer dated contract doesn't cover the hedge anymore. Got any stocks that you're looking at that are compelling? I've been kind of thinking about a couple things. Steel's one of them. I'm a little bit interested in that. Maybe some other manufacturing stuff, but also materials look a little interesting. X because of the next deal. Well, I don't know. I don't know if the X deal is gonna get nixed or not. It could. It's definitely down quite a bit. Last I looked, I think it was down. What's X trading at? Hmm. It's down quite a bit right now. WKR raises margin rates for MSTR across the board. Okay. I don't know. I haven't really played MSTR very much. There's a chatter on Reddit. The depositories were not issuing some dividends on Friday on the Roundhill products, XDTE, RDTE, QDTE. I got mine late on Schwab. Huh. With the rule changes, it seems like FTD plays don't have much pizzazz anymore. Which rule change? I don't think that's true. I just don't think there's a lot of shorts on those baskets right now. Like there's no like dispersion being traded there really. It hasn't been advantageous for some time. But I'm not sure which rule change you're referring to. I was kind of interested in Vale. I have been for a while. Um, Vale's been down really hard. Um, and it kind of keeps me out of like US and Chinese markets, which I don't particularly want exposure to right now. X is interesting on like the like if the buyout goes through and Nippon buys X, then that could be, you know, really nice arbitrage on the merger, but especially at $30 a share. But it's so contentious. And I can't see Republicans pushing for a sale of U.S. steel to a foreign entity. Sound? Um, yeah, I'll take a look at it. Hold on. Let me do this. Because it's a little too big. Um, yeah, you know what? Fuck that. That's not gonna work. I'll figure it out. CCJ? Ugh. Yeah, we can look up Micron. You two what? Yeah. I can take a look at ABBV. I haven't traded it in a long time, but I'll take a look at it. All right, let me think. Okay, so let's go sound, fubo, Carvana, Sofi. Ugh. Lunar? Sure. Tesla. Nvidia. SMCI. IWM, CCs. Yeah, we could look at MSTR. I'm probably not going to get much out of it. I don't have data on Nuke. DB. BOFA. LRCX. I'm not looking at SCHD. Heart? I don't know if I have data on it, but I'll check. Alright. That's it. Oh, yeah, I can do IWM too. That's more index stuff, but I'll take a look at it. Didn't I already go over Reddit with you, like, yesterday or Thursday? I don't think anything's changed on it. Alright, that's it. No more. So I know sound bounced towards the end of last week. Looks like it's sold back off in after hours. It still looks like it's topping out. Let me pull out GS. Okay, that's not working. Hold on 1 second. Ah. Okay. Let's see. Moving some environments around, so. Okay, so that one's dead. Got it. Alright. So I think we got a newer version of this to use, which should be kind of cool. There's some stuff that's like all over the place. Remember, it's unfinished at the moment. Okay. The fuck? Alright. Is that working? I think that's working. See that? Okay. Move that here. Hold on, I'm gonna go full screen. Okay. So sound. Yeah, still trading way above Gamma Max. Net delta fell off to negative. Looks like Gamma's still pretty stable around spot. Let's see. Yeah, most of the supportive positioning is still falling off around Jan OPEC. So I think there's a lot of time before re-entering this. There's definitely not as much bullish interest to the upside as there was. Like there were calls out at like 25 and 30. Those have dropped off pretty significantly. Almost all the options on the chain right now are expiring on like 117. Some of these short puts look like they're rolling out towards 417, but not at 18, not at 15, so only at the $20 strike. Those might actually be being bought. Yeah, there's still no delta to the upside. All the delta's in the money, and all of that's falling off too. So as that expires, the MM's going to drop their hedge. So I still like it as a short under 20, but I think you've got, another week. Yeah, or two, like 2 weeks, because all of that stuff, all supportive positioning. Jan OPEX. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that for now. We can revisit it like next week or the week after. Sound reversion to mean. It might hold a new like higher low, but yeah, I mean it looks like it's gonna come back down. I like how this kind of becoming a tutorial in Gamma Strike. Well, I mean, I'm using it, so I might as well show you guys me using it. If any bugs pop up during this, I blame JFresh. That's, well, beta. Could you go over your fundamental reasoning on Vale more? Yeah, I think Brazil's gonna continue to push their rates up. Their currency is gonna improve, and their commodity export valuations are gonna rise. I think they're kind of insulated from a lot of the China US commodity side of things. And I think that's beneficial for them. I also think they're going to start deficit spending a bit and pushing some money into their economy. So I'll cover SPX later, Phil. Would you ascribe Nemis to 5,500 or 5,000, or is a slow grind upwards an inevitability? Yeah, we'll kind of talk about longer predictions on SPX in a bit. But let me get through this massive pile of stocks that everyone wants me to look at. So Carvana. Mm, okay. Global search doesn't work on the Greeks by strike page. And these look weird. So Carvana fell through Gamma and Delta neutral this last week with the Hindenburg report. It does look like Delta's starting to turn around around the 170 strike. Gamma's still pretty negative. This may just be picking up put interest to the downside, though, as that goes in the money and out of the money puts. Everybody and their mother has been shorting Carvana for a while now, so it's like there might be some support at 165. Below that, nothing really. I mean, 155 a tiny bit, but like all the way down to like 125. So I would look at like 165, 150 for local support. But it looks like it's going to continue falling. None of this looks very bullish. Vol to the downside will pick up under 165. 125 puts. Those have got to be sold. Ivy's still kind of coming up on the 30. Falling there. I know Carvana's been pushing back against the Hindenburg report. So yeah, maybe some local support, 165 to 150, I would say. Nope, not doing anymore. There's no point in looking at Fubo's options chain. But we could take a look at this over here. It looks like there's a little bit of covering last week. I mean, if the 150 goes in the money, that's kind of bullish. If the $2 goes in the money, that's really bullish. That's it. I mean, nothing's changed on Fubo in the 8 fucking months you guys have been asking me what's Fubo doing this week. So bullish above 2. 2. Don't fucking ask me about it. Unless price greater than $2. Sofi. Yeah. You didn't sell when it was like 16 bucks, 17 bucks? Why the fuck would you keep this? Did they start paying a dividend? No. All right. Yeah, I guess we can look at the options chain. Delta seems fine. Gamma's not really falling off too hard. I mean, the bigger problem here is like downsides. Like Gamma falls off all the way to like $7 if it keeps dropping. Doesn't look like anyone's really bullish on it. Downside support's $10. Upside delta. Lunar? Lunar looks like it's starting to squeeze again. Gamma's like, yeah, Gamma's at like 2 million, but Delta's exploding. Which means a bunch of sold shit went in the money. 25. Looks like the 20 Cs are squeezing off. The 2250s might. The 25s might also. I don't know how far this could go if it keeps squeezing. 25 looks kind of like a hard top on it, but interest could pick up above 25, and if Vol's coming up enough, Vol's kind of coming down a little, so maybe some local resistance. Let's see what HV10. Yeah, it still looks kind of bullish on the 10-day. Vol's coming down on the 60. So yeah, it might be able to push up to like 25. It looks like the 20 sold calls are just rolling up. These are further dated mostly. Yeah, they might just be rolling the position up to 25 and they're gonna short vol there instead. So I would say if vol becomes unpinned, it could really kind of go crazy, but they seem to have a little bit of a handle on it right now. Implied vol is coming down on the 30 and 60 day. Realized vol is kind of falling off a little bit also. Let me look at the chart. So yeah, it went up 13% on Friday. Yeah, so maybe 25. I think that's fine. Tesla. Tesla had a nice bounce back above 400. Net delta picked up back to positive. Gamma spiked back up and didn't go negative. This was prior support. So back in a positive gamma environment. Bullish. Upside target looks like 420, 430. And then it could technically keep going up from there. $450. Gamma's going to pick up pretty quickly to the upside. Yeah, it starts to get a little above 430. It's going to get. Slow down. Nvidia broke the 140 sold calls last week, which is kind of a big deal. It's a breakout from the consolidation. Net delta went slightly positive. Gamma's not picking up, so not a lot of near dated stuff, but those 140 sold calls, of which there are so fucking many, I think. For 117, there's like almost 300,000 calls there. Total OI on the strike is 774,000. Looks like it's got a pretty straight path to 50. I'd like to see how much of that is, and most of that is 117, so. $145. Minor resistance, but not much. Give me 1 second. I think someone just knocked. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I just gotta to fix something real fast because I fucked up my order. It's hilarious how Fubo was a pickles pick 2 years ago. You bought leaps, sold them 2 days later, but created a whole group of people who are lifelong Fubo players. I mean, I still own the stock. Like, they've done well. I know the market hasn't, realized any of that improvement, but they've beat their earnings or analyst estimates for their earnings for what, 7 consecutive quarters now. I mean, it's ridiculous that the price of the stock hasn't fucking improved at all. A lot of that's just due to the lawsuit, right, with fucking Disney. And just that, like, it's just gonna carry a lot of negative sentiment until there's some sort of turnaround, I guess, or at least until that's over. All right, cool. Sorry, I know that set us back. So we'll try to get through the rest of these pretty quickly. Beyond broke $4 last week. I'm synth long 4 and 5. Have been for a couple weeks now. Not a lot, like 300 contracts or some shit. Um, so not a huge position. Definitely not the kind of position I was taking back when it used to get on reg show. Looks like Gamma Max is still coming down towards spot. We're starting to see net gamma pick up towards positive. Net delta's also picking up towards positive. Usually that's a pretty good sign. Remember, the breakouts on it don't last very long. The volatility tends to get shorted down really, really quickly. But if it can get over this hump at $5, right, where gamma is just super fucking negative, and this is all those sold calls. If it can break out from there, it could potentially run out to like $10. Maybe even higher if it got any kind of continuation. But I would be mostly focused on the $4 and $5 strikes. Breakout from there is pretty important. I doubt highly that it gets up much above that, but it could. And you kind of see how they're boxing the price, or at least short vol is down here. And that keeps the price trapped under 5. So breakout at 5 is really all that matters. Yeah. And if it can do that, not only will vol pick up to the upside, but gamma gets tacked on really fast with every bit of price improvement above 5. And so this is where like the effects of like Vana and Gamma would really really pick up quite a lot. And then, at the, sorry, at like the, what is that? Like the 850 strike, Gamma goes positive. That would be very exciting. But I would expect that we would see it get shorted back down long before it ever got there. So, bullish above 5. Some covering. $5 is currently hard resistance. LMT. Should probably take a look at the chart on that too. Remember, LMT is not doesn't follow its options chain the best. Most of the sell-off in LMT was due to Elon and his like, oh, we're gonna cut government spending horseshit. And I think the reality there is he's hoping that he can get some of that defense budget flowing into Tesla, but we'll see how that ends up over time. Anyway, I would say that the sell off was largely unsupported. It's very unlikely that Trump does anything in the way of cutting any kind of military spending, and so I think the support down here is at least decent, 480 to like 460. We'll take a look at the options chain for that, but turnaround could be pretty interesting, given that there was no valid basis for the sell-off and margins are still pretty decent here. So we'll take a look. We'll take a look at the options chain. Yeah, looks like it found support on VN. Gamma neutral is starting to push back above delta neutral, which should be pretty bullish. Delta's still negative, and gamma's starting to turn a little bit positive. So I would say that the support here is probably fairly substantial. Yeah, it looks like big support 475, some at 485. If it got back over 490, I would be pretty bullish on it. It looks like above 490, it's got quite a bit of room to run. A lot of that bullish positioning still there. And conflict wise, globally, nothing's really changed. So, strong support. 475. Bullish above 490 out to 540. It's quite a bit of range. GME. Let's see. Something's getting ready to go on there. GME rejected off of Gamma Max last week. Gamma Max is moving away from spot. Gamma neutral starting to move back up towards spot. Delta and gamma are pretty flat. Still looks like it's got decent support at the 30 strike where those sold calls are. Doesn't look like it's picked up much upside delta, but in the money delta has picked up quite a bit. So we might be seeing in the money sold calls. I'm gonna have to take a look at Vale. Some of this might just be you guys, but IV30 is starting to come down. It's down, what is that, like almost 30% over the last 5 days. IV10 and realized Vol on the 10 are both coming down also, which is bearish. IV60 is starting to come down. And so is the 90. Yeah, so I mean, this looks kind of bearish. There was a big shift in liquidity on GME, like end of last week. We haven't seen the tips touch in quite some time, but the initial touching of the tips is quite bearish, and so we might be in for a period of like sustained shorting with XRT on reg show. Historically, that would tell us that they intend to use the ETF to short the basket. Usually that is not bullish at all. And the few times that we've seen XRT on reg show, it's always been quite bearish until XRT is pulled off reg show, which usually happens around its quarterly settlement period. And with all of the like holiday deferrals that are stacked up right now, I would say it's very likely that they reg showed XRT in order to stay short through the deferral period, and that way they can net off their obligations with the ETF, and then cover shit down the road. So it allows them to cycle out a lot of stuff. Now, if GME loses 30, it could probably fall back to like 25 or 20 pretty quickly. I don't think there's too much downside support. Most of that positioning still falls off around January OPEX. But as long as it holds 30, which is supportive, it can continue to bounce between like 30 and 32, 50, maybe 33 at the high end. Some other things to note here that I think are also a little bit bearish is that there's not a lot of arbitrage happening. Like not since the last spike, like arbitrage has settled down quite a bit. I know shares to borrow are getting low, which is usually not indicative of bullishness. I mean, it just means everybody's going short. Yeah, like variance is kind of starting to trim a bit. So yeah, I don't think this looks super bullish in the short term, but I think when some of the shorting gets covered, that would be. So I might look for like IV30 below realized vol and like pick up some leaps on it or something. In the meantime, $35 covered calls probably aren't at huge risk of assignment. I know we have an extra holiday now, so remember that'll kick everything even further than it would have otherwise. Um, Hold on, let me see if this is. I think they came back to fix my delivery. Well, I'll be right back. Um, so heavy shorting. Big shift in liquidity. Now, I will say one thing. I don't know how relevant this is because I really don't think DFE's got any GME exposure right now. But due to this heavy shorting, if DFE were to potentially buy a shitload of the 25 or the 30 call, um, like 200 million, $300 million worth, this positioning would probably get squeezed. So, do with that what you will. I mean, technically, the last time that they tried to short it really hard, that's exactly what he did. Like right around May 1st, they really pushed down on the liquidity, and then DFE bought in and squeezed them out. Um, that could, like, the setup is there again for that, but historically these periods of, persistent shorting go a lot longer. So if no intervention from someone, then the it could go through quite a long sustained period of shorting. um but if someone were to intervene, it would be extremely volatile. um I'll look for XRT to come off reg show. Palantir. Sorry, that's getting like distracting. Palantir had a pretty strong bounce off of gamma neutral on Friday last week. Delta's still not positive, and I would say there's probably resistance at 80 that this could get rejected off of. Let's double check that. Yeah, there is. So if Palantir fails this test, that's super bearish. I would say if it breaks out to the upside, it'd be like 85, 90. So 80 test is important. Breakout. Possibly 85, 90. Failure. Back to 75, 72. SMCI. Little bounce, retested delta neutral. Gamma's moving positive, delta's negative. Looks like there's some support at 3250 now. Upside 36. So not a ton of range on it currently. But if it could get above 40. Yeah, okay. So I don't think that's a near-term concern. Bullish. 30, what was that? 32. 3250 to 36. 36 resistance. 40. Breakout higher. GVNs, CCs. Devon's breaking back up above gamma neutral. I wouldn't fucking I wouldn't sell covered calls on it. 35 is not even that strong of resistance to the upside. Looks like 37.40. Yeah, I wouldn't want to sell covered calls on this. Realized Vol's starting to move up into fairly low IV. So calls are a little underpriced anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't sell any CCs on this. I don't think it's worthwhile. Up to you, of course, but I guess 34 would be local resistance, 34, 35. Like right in that range. Yeah, maybe like the delta at 35. But if this starts going in the money, it's gonna like hit that cover bid and like it's gonna run up, like price is gonna run up this ramp. So dangerous. Quite dangerous. So Debian looks bullish. 35 resistance. About to 42.50. I would never recommend GME puts. It's usually a losing proposition. It's much better to short vol than to sell or buy puts on GME. If you have shares and you need to protect them, you can, but you need to buy like 0.8 to 0.9 delta puts with 90 to 180 days to expiry. So they're not cheap. Otherwise you'll just lose money. If you try to buy like at the money puts, they're not very profitable. Generally the volatility falls off on them commensurate with the drop in price to the extent that they stay mostly unprofitable for pretty long periods of time. And don't expect that to be profitable more than like 20-30%. Yeah, I mean, I used to get like 40, 45 at the bottom, like at the bottom of the shorting, if I could really nail the exit. But yeah, for the most part, you're not going to get more than like, it's just there to protect your share value. So you're buying one put for every like 100 shares you own. MSTR. Yeah, I don't know if there's really any point in looking at this, but looks like it bounced off gamma neutral. Gamma neutral is continuing to fall, which may not be the most bullish. Gamma max is 357.07. I will say that neither of those values really matter on this stock very much. Almost all of its price action is going to be driven by volatility in Bitcoin. Delta's picking up. Gamma picked up really sharply on the bounce. I would say that I could easily run out to like 380. Like, it probably wouldn't be a problem. 350 to 380, maybe even 400. Vega picks up to the upside, as does Vana pretty rapidly. So if the 380 went in the money, it's very likely it would get to 400. Not a lot of speed. Not a lot of out of the money delta either. So it would probably be a quick move and then would reject again. It doesn't look as well supported as it was previously. But yeah, that would be, a test in this upper range. And that upside climb possibly a little slower up to like 370. And then if it pushed above that, it would pick up some speed. But yeah, it looks bullish. It's well supported. Obviously, like, it's crazy volatile. So predictions on it are going to shift every day. The options market there is pretty wild. But I would say upside 370, 380. Potential to 4. Seems bullish support is short dated. But that could change. That aspect of it. Like, more bullish support could come in as it continues to overperform. MDB. So we've been watching this one for a little while. I almost took an entry on it a little higher, but I ended up not. And fortunately, it continued to sell off. This might actually be a decent bottom on it. Looks like it found some support around 230, picking up to test the 245 level, which it broke out above a little, rejected on 50. So I'm gonna say we'll go take a look at the options chain, but I would say that the 50 level is where we're gonna be looking for some kind of breakout to the upside, and I'm not sure if it's picked up any bullish positioning yet. It had started to before it failed. Yeah. Oh, wait, that's the wrong fucking window. I would still probably not want to get in unless it got above DN. But DN's at 265 right now. Those are starting to turn up. Wait, hold on. Delta and Gamma are still both negative. It has built up a little bit of support here at 240, which is good. It looks like some down here as well. There's sold puts at 250, 260 from before it failed. I think if it can get back above those, it's got a pretty clear shot to the upside. So yeah, I mean, back above DN would be probably ideal for this. Looks like there's plenty of out of the money delta, even out at like 270, 280. Above 280, not much. That would have to fill in. Huh. Let me see how much of that is short dated. Okay. It's probably still risky, but risky long setup. Vale. Yeah, no problem, STD. Pushing back up through VN That could be kind of significant. Probably a lot of puts being sold. Um, Actually, no, not that many. Sold calls above 45. This could actually just be resistance to the upside. Yeah, I mean, a break of VN, I guess, might be a little bullish out to 48. I don't like the upside delta, though. Yeah, looks shitty. Doesn't look that bearish either. Um, RCX. Still fucking around with the 70 support. Gamma is almost positive here. This actually looks kind of good. Yeah, I like this. Support at 74. What's spot at close? 75? Oh, so they're both at the same. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I like this. Looks bullish out to like 80. A little bit of resistance at 76, maybe 78, but looks good. Let me see what's going on with Vol here. I don't think it's a big Vol short, but Jesus. Oh, let me get rid of the split. Oh. The scaling's so weird. Yeah, Vol's picking up a little bit. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. I can... Here. It's gonna take a lot of finessing, because it's like that spike in historic Vols fucking up the scaling. There we go. Yeah, so it looks like IV30 is picking up a little bit. Longer dated bullish positioning coming in. Yeah, I like this. I like this for like a test of 80 or 78. Not a lot of range, but still bullish. I don't think I have data on cart. But I'll look. Oh, I do. Huh. Looks like Gamma Max 4620. Delta Gamma both picking up. I would say it could even push out to like 47 or 50. That'll be tough, but yeah, maybe like 48. Looks pretty bullish. Some of that delta is a little bit of delta out of the money. Maybe some longer dated shit. Somewhere in there. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it could potentially hit 50. A lot of these are running because the indexes are pushing up, so careful with that. IWM. Vega neutral on IWM is just always fucked. This is starting to look pretty good. Delta and Gamma started picking up into the end of last week. I'm long at 20, so I'm pretty bullish on this. I think there's pretty decent amount of upside positioning, or at least negative Gamma falling off. There is going to be resistance at 26. I would watch out for that. And then things get a lot more bullish above 229. So I'll just make notes on that. Resistance. 226. More bullish. Above 229. I think short vol is still coming in here pretty heavily. If we take a look at the gamma curve here, it's got delta or gamma pretty much falls off consistently, all the way up to like 237 before we hit any kind of major resistance. But that 226 level could be a hiccup a little bit to the upside, so watch out for a rejection on that, I would say. Volatility is still continuing to come down. Realized vol is also falling. That's also true on the 10-day. So plenty of put selling going on. Lots of vol shorting there. Realized vol is not coming down too quickly on the 30, but it is dropping off awfully fast on the 10-day. So it might stagnate a little bit around 26, maybe a little rejection in that range, and then repositioning before it can move higher. Any break of delta neutral I would consider to be very bullish, so watch out for that 229 level. That's about it. Reddit is the last one. Are you sure? I definitely have that ticker. Do I not? Where the fuck did Reddit go? What the fuck? Okay, I have Reddit. Punch it in the URL? Ah, okay. Got it. Yeah, no, I don't care. So decent bounce off gamma neutral. Gamma ticked back up pretty strongly. Not a big move in delta. Looks like it's got room out to like 190. So plenty of room to the upside to keep running. Maybe even 200. Especially if more interest picks up at like the 95 and 200 strike as prices rise. So yeah, it looks bullish. All right. I will let you guys take a screenshot of that Everyone got a screenshot. I'm gonna clear that. Let's pop up Trading View and get the boys in here. What's up, Dorcas?
What up? How you doing?
My lunch got here early,
No shit.
which is cool. And then I'm doing all right. I have like a
Yeah.
really fucking hectic week, so I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, seems like it, yeah. Well, sit back, relax, goon. You know.
Always, always.
Yeah, de-stress. It's 12 o'clock here. I'm kind of hungry. I kind of want to eat up some lunch.
Yeah, I feel like every week we start this a little bit later.
No, it's been the same time for like the last like 3 weeks.
Not for
Yeah.
us.
You pull us in a little bit later each day.
Oh, the fucking like list of tickers people want me to like run through keeps getting longer and longer. I've got to set like a cap on that because
Better yet, just cover the entire S&P 500 every Sunday.
yeah, and just ignore all the other stocks.
Exactly.
I usually fully agree with that
Yeah,
take.
what's fubo looking like?
Who gives a shit? Looking like it's $1.50.
I still have 100 shares of that shit, Girk, all right? Why don't you calm the fuck down?
Onto your YouTube screen.
I have like 20k shares and I don't care.
I think the play with Fubo is just sell $1.50 calls every time it's above $1.50.
That's what Atomic does.
I wonder if his cost basis is under control yet.
I don't know.
Probably not.
He just sells like commission-free 3-cent calls. Like 1,500 at a clip.
So everybody in the PJ that's bullish fubo is just buying Atomic's covered calls.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I've made some money on
Atomic
Atomics.
is the ask.
I've made some money
What do you
on
wanna talk
Atomic's
about?
cover calls before.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't know. AI, quantum, fusion.
Well, AI is worth talking about just in the sense that Jensen Huang is talking at CES on Monday. Is that right?
Ooh. Is he?
So I'm sure it always. I think that's part of the reason why it started going up on Friday, and it usually goes up like Monday too, and then obviously it gets very volatile after that. Somebody double check that it's tomorrow though.
Jan 7th through 10th.
So it starts on Tuesday.
Through Friday.
So maybe, yeah.
But it looks like the keynote is Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, so Monday might be a nice speculation day. Everyone's gonna be thinking about how great of an idea it is to go and buy some Nvidia for the conference.
It'd be really cool if Jensen could crash the market while he's at CES this week.
Well, if he just collapses on stage or something.
Any one of them could at any time. They all pretty much hold the reins for the entire financial system right now. I mean, Microsoft's saying that they're going to double their capex upwards of like $80 billion this year on servers.
Mm-hmm.
Which, well, not just servers, but like server farms, so real estate and all that stuff, building, everything that goes into that too. But still, just an insane amount of money And one has to wonder what they're thinking, dumping so much money into something that doesn't make any money.
Well, you're assuming there's thought.
What?
You're assuming that there's an actual thought process beyond shareholder interest.
I suppose, but they have to have like some measurements that say, hey, there's some demand here that would justify spending all this money. I mean, people aren't morons.
Well, yeah, it's their multiples, dude. I mean, the thing is with the multiples they have, if they don't do that with their capex, then they're pretty much lowering forward guidance, right? If they say we're not spending much on data centers this year, then their stock's going to crater.
Yeah, but that can't be the only reason.
Why not?
Why?
Because they're greedy.
I don't get it.
Occam's razor. It's the simplest. The simplest explanation is often the correct one.
I mean, did they just like start secretly making money and I didn't notice it?
Who?
Anyone doing AI, anything. I mean, I know that their primary role is just selling access to the chips and stuff, but I don't know. I just like so there's a podcast I listen to, and I always hear like Oracle commercials, and they just minted a new one about their AI services, and they list like 3 companies as examples of companies that utilize their services for AI at Oracle. One of them is the MGM Hotel in Las Vegas or something like that. The other one is an AI startup, and then the last one, I don't even remember. Some bullshit. So like, they don't even have like a list of respectable names to add, and they've been doing this shit for like a year now. And I feel like their Oracle's primary role is just they got some chips that Nvidia like blessed them with chips, and so they sell that compute to Microsoft and Google and other people. But then who's all using these chips for compute? What are people actually computing right now with AI? This is what's mind-boggling to me, is how much waste is occurring.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're quantum.
Yeah.
They're competing. They're computing. That's not the point.
Yeah.
Google AI, same like quantum computing. By the
Right.
dip.
You mix the AI with the quantum, and you get ASI quantum.
Has Sam Altman announced superpositional AI yet?
No, but he's making cryptic posts that artificial superintelligence is right around the corner. So nothing really new is happening.
Yeah, and some of his minion goons are also on Twitter tweeting things like, you know, I miss the old days of AI research when we didn't know how to build artificial general intelligence. Like he was being clever.
Wow.
It's just so silly to me.
Perhaps it's a reflection of what they're about to start charging, like a lot more for services and customers they have captured.
If they charge too much, like if they charge any money, people are just gonna not use it.
Yeah.
Well, they've already created a new tier for like the top 01 model or whatever. It's something like $200 a month. So the prices are going up dramatically.
I think the next step is to take the base models that they offer for free and just make them shittier.
Yeah.
Well, the problem though is that they're already free though. They haven't monetized those in any way. And there's already a bunch of free competitors that offer shitty chatbots. It seems like people are cliquey in the chatbot world. Some people are like diehard Claude people. Some people are diehard ChatGPT people. And then there's like some people who just like try them all and just like waste all this time asking the same question over and over again to like all these different bots and see which one gives them the answer they like the most. I honestly, I do not understand what it is that they're actually. What is the product of all of this feverish activity? I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna find out tomorrow at CES, and Nvidia to 4 trillion.
Maybe. I mean,
Right.
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, as long as Sparkcoin's over $1 billion market cap, anything can happen.
That's true.
I think it's over $1 billion right now.
Is it?
I think it went down a bunch, didn't it?
And then it went back up. Yeah, just a little relief from the overbuying. People got a little tired, and then they picked right back up. Because everybody buys Sparkcoin at the price they deserve.
I need to get me some Fartcoin.
For the lulz, right? Just to tell your mom you own Fartcoin.
No, it's a legitimate store of value. I believe in fartonomics, dude.
I'm ready to fast forward to the point where
Is Fartcoin just like a BTC clone?
I'm sure it is.
I don't know. Most likely, my guess is some random token on the F blockchain or something. That's what most of these tokens are. You can create tokens on back of another blockchain, and a lot of people do it on F because F was kind of designed for that kind of thing with like their smart contracts and stuff. So you can, it's like a token can represent a contract. If it's an NFT, for example.
Oh, Jesus.
That was like the big idea, was that like you could do Bitcoin, or crypto financing, you could do crypto contracts. But it just turned into a big scam where everybody just creates a coin, hypes it up, sells it to a bunch of morons, and walks away.
Yeah.
Very much like the Haktua coin, but for some reason that coin doing exactly what all the other coins are doing was a really bad thing. But everybody else doing it is a good thing.
That was inherently evil. Because people really thought Haktua had their best interests at heart.
Yeah, it was a good project. It was going to change something. It was going places. Yeah, that's kind of like how the scam goes. You just have to convince people enough that your project is going to provide some sort of value in the future, and you have to build it. This is why a lot of these currencies can't be traded, or like can't be put into ETFs and things and traded, because they are securities, and the government wants to regulate them that way, but there's obviously lots of fights and arguments over is it a security. The answer is yes, and the even shorter answer is it's a scam. But
wait, JFresh, this gave me an idea then. So what if we open a company that is called Farts from a Butt, and what we do is we sell investors convertible notes that we then use to go buy Fart Coin and Cum Rocket Coin.
Yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, and then we just dump our shares 6 months after IPO.
Why would you even IPO? Just sell them to a private buyer.
That's true.
You don't want to get into the world of you don't want to get into regulatory areas. You just want to
Just pitch them like, listen, we have $4.5 billion worth of leveraged fart coin. What could go wrong?
Well, I mean, so far, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
And if they argue at all, just take your finger, press it gently to their lips, and tell them stocks only go up, bro.
I'm surprised nobody has asked Jerome Powell about Fartcoin being $1 billion and whether or not monetary policy is actually sufficiently restrictive.
It's 100% of Jerome Powell's portfolio.
Because the people in the room have paid significant deference to the Federal Reserve just to get in the room to ask questions. If you asked a question like that, they just would never let you back in the room.
I think it'd be worth it going down in a blaze of glory.
I think it would absolutely be worth it.
Can we tokenize JFresh in a bear suit? Yeah.
Yeah, with enough money, anything's possible.
I mean, JFresh could make his own blockchain.
I guess.
I looked up how to do it. It's not that hard.
No, it's really easy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
For our ICO, right?
Is that our initial coin offering?
Yeah, get one coin that's worth 10 cents. It only has $6,000 of gas fees. We're good.
All right, enough making fun of crypto people. It's getting boring.
Yeah. Vault, so about that ball, huh?
Which one?
Yeah, isn't Vol up?
Mm-hmm.
Ball's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're
And then-
actually pricing in 1% daily moves.
That's kind of nice. Yeah, the market's been actually moving intraday a decent
And
amount.
we're getting 1% daily moves.
Yeah.
So fun all around.
I'm officially back to upset that I don't have my Carvana 20 puts anymore because they're probably way more expensive than they were when I bought them and sold them.
What do you think's gonna happen this year? As everyone's like, okay, I made my money and I got to the new tax year, so now I can capitalize on all these unrealized gains. What happens after that?
Markets go up.
I think so.
Well, they take all those gains, right, and they use them to sell puts. And then market goes up.
Why would you cash secure your sold puts? Just get market.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah.
Pay off the house, take out a HELOC.
Why don't I pull up the macro data and you can go over it?
So that's why.
And then I'll be right back.
That's why Thomas Petterfy was on I couldn't find the interview, but it was a couple weeks ago where he was talking about leverage on IBKR. Now he's like, people are taking a lot of leverage. I just hope the market, when it unwinds, it happens slowly so that we don't lose any money. But he actually said that out loud on television in his like old adult state. Yeah, everybody's so levered, and there's like other things. What is it? Levered long ETFs are the market cap of those is like 100x the market cap of levered shorts.
I don't see how anything could possibly go wrong with that setup.
It's all champagne and roses right now.
And forever. This time it's different, JFresh.
We've already had that signal too, where people said this is a new era where we have transcended the bull bust cycle. We're in like a super cycle. Okay, so I'm actually driving in the car. I don't have the screen in front of me, but I've already imprinted the data so hard in my mind that I can just speak about it without looking at it. So if you look at the options macro data, that's up right now. As you can see, put value is still elevated. And even though we bounced pretty hard yesterday or Friday, but also, even though we bounced hard, put delta is still elevated as well. And if you look at the leverage, we're still kind of at the max of that put leverage curve, which means that if we go down much farther than where we're at now, that sold put positions are going to be pretty well and good underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're back.
Yep. Yeah, I'm back.
So that's where we're at. I think what we're seeing is volatility, not necessarily like a bullish recovery. And you can kind of look at we're still just a huge sine wave and a downward slope. So if we go up significantly tomorrow and stay there, then yeah, that'll be like, okay, we might be pushing upwards and they might have gotten it under control. But if it swings right back down, then that just is a further verification that, hey, this is just volatility trading, not necessarily bulls. Because, I mean, if you look at, like, the leverage of the bulls, like, they're not re-levering into things. Like, there's still a lot of delta on the chain, but they're not really, like, piling back in.
There's a little bit of out of the money, like, call delta. Well, leverage. Not much, but, you know, like, out to, like, 1-1. There's a bit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that might be sold, actually.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a situation where we kind of just end up in that pocket right there where, like, we have a lot of put leverage to the downside, and then the sold call leverage is to the upside.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to oscillate. That's my expectation, is continued oscillation. So I think we'll oscillate downwards either tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, you notice that Apple's also been doing really badly because there's some data that's been coming out that shows that their iPhone earnings probably aren't going to be that great this quarter, which, shocking. Nobody gives a shit about Apple intelligence because nobody knows what it does. And the iPhone 16 is the same as the 15 and the 14. But I'll be right back.
All right.
I like how XRT got added and then immediately got put to the top of Delta as a
percentage of market cap. Yeah. Well, yeah.
God, what a fucked up ETF.
It really is. And more interestingly, it's like basically even puts and calls.
Well, it's too bad. Is Turdberg here to enjoy this this XRT action we got going on?
Well, look at XRT's gamma curve.
Oh God, I'm kind of scared now.
I don't even know what it's going to look like. I can't believe we didn't have it in the fucking database.
Oh, it's still not there. What the fuck?
Now it is. There it is.
Oh, good God. Yeah.
Healthy.
Oh, dude. What a fucked up fucking ETF.
I think it looks bullish.
Maybe.
Why is IV10 on it with like 42?
Is GME running?
No.
Oh, then I don't know.
I mean, GME's up, isn't it in the 30s?
Yeah. But it's not like Vol on GME has been falling.
You know what's probably not a great sign for the market? There's not really much interesting new shit to talk about. They need more juice. Like, quantum didn't really catch on again. People are already over that. I feel like people are just over it. They're like, we need something more. What's the next thing?
Well, you know what they need now is revenue.
No, that's silly.
At some point, it's not going to be silly.
All they need to do is just keep burning capex and then pulling the future revenues forward.
Wait, no, but like,
I mean,
the earnings yield is like a big problem, right? Like, earnings yield has fallen off too much.
Yeah.
Which means that funds, as they're currently built, cannot allocate more towards risk assets because yields at the top end of the curve are moving up too quickly, and SPX earnings yields are dropping.
That's actually quite interesting. If you look at gap earnings, if you look at S&P 500 on a gap basis, which I've only been able to find from people who have a Bloomberg terminal for some reason, that's like not. But anyway, it's basically like where it was in 2021.
Yeah.
So like all of the increase in earnings from then to now is all just non-GAAP nonsense, like pulling revenues forward and other things. Like the economy is not like any better than it was at the height of 2021.
Which wasn't good.
And if you look at free cash flows, they're worse than they were in 2021.
Well, next week we go into the buyback blackout, right? Or, well, actually, we're already in it for, I think, Apple now. Which would be the other reason Apple's dumping like a brick.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they can't keep buying back forever, right?
I think they can. I think they can reduce their like total float size by like 40%.
Can they? All right. Well, maybe they can keep buying forever. But yeah, I mean, I don't expect Apple to have a very good earnings season, which is going to be pretty problematic for their valuation, which is insane. I mean, we're at like top of Cisco bubble valuations for Apple, and they're already not even growing. They haven't been growing in like 2 years.
No, they're like the textbook definition of a value trap right now.
It's just kind of insane to me.
But I think Apple's just like their share price is just entirely share buybacks. I mean, like, I think all the sell-offs have already happened due to their shitty growth, and all of the price improvements just been share buybacks.
Yes, it very well could be. It doesn't make much sense otherwise. It's not like it's a big mystery. But the question is why the hell are they buying their stock back at these insane prices? Just
I don't think they
extra liquidity for their employees and their C-suite. Is that? I don't really understand I don't understand the buy at all-time highs kind of mentality when there's nothing to justify it.
I think you just kind of have to when you say you're going to do it.
I mean, how much of Apple's actual value is solely predicated on Apple just being the biggest, best company?
Most of it.
Right?
I mean, Apple's worth like, what, $80?
Yeah, probably. That sounds reasonable. I haven't done the math on it in a really long time, but
It's like it's closer to 100 than 250.
yeah. But because they're Apple, and because they buy back their shares and they look out for their investors, and Warren Buffett owns it, and it's
Well,
shiny.
a little less every day.
Yeah. But
Buffett knows how it works. He sells high.
mhm. Which is shocking that he's the only fucking person on Wall Street that ever does.
I just really don't. What I don't understand is how people don't see that we're in a ridiculous bubble. Because there are truly people who think that this is just a normal amount of prosperity being recognized in the markets. And
I
I
mean,
truly just do not understand, like, even the basis of that idea.
I think a lot of those people just don't know anything about the markets.
Yeah, I mean, we're also getting into a time where there's literally people, a significant amount of investors have actually just never known a time before quantitative easing and
Yeah.
significant Fed meddling.
Yeah. Most people in the market now have very little experience prior to 2008. So they haven't seen what happens on the other side, really.
Well, I think they're going to find out soon. I don't know how much more the Fed can really do
Nothing.
without having to admit defeat on inflation.
You know, all I want
Although,
for
what about the
2025?
effect of, like, I mean, we didn't even talk about China as literally, like, imploding and going into a depression right now.
Yeah, a bunch of people wanted us to talk about China.
I don't really know what to say about it other than what is going on over there in China. Like, their leverage and credit extension is just collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got to have some effect on inflation and growth in the rest of the world. Right?
Well, it's going to have a huge effect because China's been the global deflator for the last 3 years.
Yeah, but aren't they just going to help deflate more?
No. Because they're going to have to, like, bail themselves out. So they're going to have to, I mean, they're going to have to issue debt at shitty rates. They're going to have to prop up their economy. And they're going to have to repin the yuan to the dollar in order to get liquidity moving within their system again. Because right now, all of the Chinese companies that are making dollars, they're not going and taking that and being like, oh, here's my dollars, give me my yuan. They're just keeping the fucking dollars.
Yeah.
Right, and so that's a really big problem for China when you're trying to, like, peg your currency to the dollar. If you can't get any liquidity on the other side of that trade, your currency is going to keep drifting. So China can buy more gold, which they've already done a ton of. Or they can buy dollars. And the more dollars they buy, the more tied to our economy they become. It's a very tricky situation for China.
Yeah. It's not a great place to be. But, I mean,
And on the back of that, they have, like, real asset valuations across the board just collapsing. They have no real estate market.
Well, yeah, well, they built, I mean, it was known, like, over a decade ago that they had built entire cities that were just completely empty. Like, I remember there was an really old news interview where someone was just walking around the mall that they built that had no stores and no people in it, and it's just sitting vacant. and they were just building, and there's no one to sell it to except for like, and then all the Chinese people, because they couldn't invest in, global markets and certain other assets, they would all of their retirements are just buying all of these additional properties that are being built. So it's just like a big Ponzi scheme, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So now that all of that real estate is collapsing, the retirement plans of like all of these Chinese people is just evaporating.
Looks like the Chinese government built their population out of their retirement and savings in order to finance Silk Road projects that are now yielding zero returns.
Well, they also at the same time created policies that were shrinking their population, so it didn't really make sense. They didn't stop, the one-child policy soon enough. So they have a declining population and a massively inflated real estate market.
Where equity is just a loss, right? Like any equity purchased is immediately lost.
Yeah, but we all knew this like 15 years ago, and it's taken this long for it to finally collapse.
Yeah, but Ray Dalio wrote a paper about how great China was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
He wrote a book, actually.
I remember everybody, all the furus on FinTwit were salivating over like the collapse of the Chinese stock market. We're like, I'm going to buy the dip, and I'm going to be the smartest person alive, and then it just keeps going down, and now their economy is collapsing, and yeah, enjoy that. And the only reason they were doing that is because there's no deals. There's not really many deals left in the U.S. markets, at least the ones that a furu might cook up.
yeah.
So they're just like, all right, I'll buy China.
I mean, I'm kind of interested in China like 8 months out, a year out. Not right now, though.
Yeah, I would kind of want to see some sort of stabilization.
I want to see them. I just want to see them spend money. That's like the one thing they've refused to do this entire time. They don't want to spend money to float their economy because they don't want to drive up their inflation again.
Yeah,
but they really, really need to.
That's the problem. They can't use that tool. Nobody can use that tool anymore.
Well, remember back to all their companies holding dollars and not converting it back to yen. If they inflate the dollar, so it's a delicate balancing act.
Yeah.
I feel like I make these jokes and no one gets them but me or Dork. Dork's like, yeah, and I'm like, me and him are laughing, and then everyone's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, I'm eating lunch and I'm nodding silently.
It would be funny if we inflated the dollar, yeah, because the thing they were trying to avoid would be what we would pull their rug out from under them.
Yeah, their currency would get fucked their currency's already getting fucked on the Fed being useless. Dead? Let's just call them dead finally.
I've been calling the Fed dead for over a year.
Well, they weren't dead yet, though. Now they're actually dead.
No, they've been dead for a long time.
No, they were still cycling rates earlier this year, effectively, with their stupid narrative.
No, wasn't doing shit.
But the Fed is only dead when the bond market says they're dead. As long as the bond market's reacting to the Fed's reactionless formula, then everything's great. It's when the bond market's like, I don't buy it. That's when the Fed's dead.
That's fair. Then the Fed is, I'll say, if that's the definition, I'll say the Fed's dead when the 10-year hits 5%.
Well, then the banks are dead. So, yeah. That's where the Fed just starts blowing up, right?
Yeah.
Because that forces us into a position where we either print more money and save them.
We can't do that.
Right, that's the only thing we can do.
I mean, I really do think that this is. I used to think that we might have one more QE in us. Now I'm not so sure. I really think this might be the death of QE.
I mean, according to Moody's and S&P, yes, given their like 15 warnings over the last year, if you guys do anything, we're downgrading you.
You know what happens if I tell my kids 15 times that I'm going to do something if they don't stop?
What?
They recognize that I'm full of shit and they just keep doing it. So at some point they're going to have to get off the pot and actually downgrade.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what happened.
They have also lost all credibility by not doing anything, but saying they might do something.
Well, I mean, the U.S. has a lot of ability to leverage its debt. So, I mean, I don't like the ratings agencies. I think they're mostly just like political tools, but...
Yeah. Well, that's what, I mean, the last time we got a ratings downgrade and a warning, Janet Yellen and Biden and everybody just like came out in full force all together and semi-coordinated and said this is a political job, like everything's fine, they're overreacting.
Yeah.
Basically just trying to keep the narrative alive.
I mean, the thing about the big three downgrading U.S. debt, though, is like U.S. debt is the backbone of all other ratings, right? So if U.S. debt goes down to like AA across the board, then all the corporate debt's gonna move down a notch.
Yeah, it also affects how these really big funds invest in that as well, right? There are different mandates and things for the types of debt they buy. It's going to cause chaos, but so I guess in that sense, I understand why they're holding out.
Yeah, I mean, Fitch did downgrade our credit rating.
I mean, besides like the massive amount of money for the CHIPS Act, trying to spend on that infrastructure, what are we really doing? What are we really building or investing? I mean, are we actually like trying to rebuild our crumbling bridges? I don't think so. Not any real effort. We need trillions of dollars to fix the rotted mess that is our transit system.
We see that money goes to these municipalities that then accept these bids from these contractors who then take forever to do the stuff. And they may possibly never do it.
I mean, the other problem too is that trillions of those dollars that should have gone into our infrastructure went to the big government contractors and who made weapons for us and blew those weapons up in other countries.
Congestion taxes? I don't give a shit about that.
No, it's all dumb. The money, like, the thing is, JFresh, is a lot of that money does just go to funding the government's.
You know, if JFresh had just read Fitch's like August 2023 credit rating downgrade report for the US, he could have saved himself like 6 months of research. So like for rising general government deficits, Fitch forecasted like when they downgraded the US credit rating to AA+, they said we expect general government deficit to rise to 6.3% of GDP in 2023 from 3.7 in 2022, reflecting cyclically weaker federal revenues, new spending initiatives, and higher interest burden. Additionally, state and local governments are expected to run an overall deficit of 0.6% of GDP this year after running a small surplus of 0.2% of GDP in 2022. Cuts to non-defense discretionary spending, 15% of total federal spending is agreed in the Fiscal Responsibility Act, offer only a modest improvement to medium-term fiscal outlook with cumulative savings of 1.5 trillion, 3.9% of GDP by 2033. According to the Congressional Budget Office, the near-term impact of the act is estimated at USD 70 billion, 0.3% of GDP in 2024, and 112 billion, 0.4% of GDP in 2025. Fitch does not expect any further substantive fiscal consolidation measures ahead of November 2024 elections. Fitch forecasts a general government deficit of 6.6% of GDP and 2024, and a further widening of 6.9% in 2025. The larger deficits will be driven by weak 2024 GDP growth, a higher interest burden, and wider state and local government deficits of 1.2% of GDP in 2024-2025, in line with the historic 20-year average. The interest to revenue ratio is expected to reach 10% by 2025, compared to 2.8% for the AA median and 1.1% for the AAA median, due to the higher debt level as well as sustained higher interest rates compared to pre-pandemic levels. Government debt, and then they forecast like the rise in government debt of 118.4% by 2025 compared to the AAA median of 39.3%.
It's like, what are we even doing? It's what was it someone said as a kayfabe, which is like the professional wrestlers, where like, yeah, we all know it's fake, but we just like to pretend it's real.
Yeah.
Like, that's where we're at. Everybody knows all this shit is fake, but we're all just gonna keep pretending it's real until we can't anymore. It's exhausting.
I mean, I don't know where the money comes from for. Yeah, I agree. I don't see the money coming from anywhere for another round of QE. I think another round of QE and Moody's drops the downgrade, and we've got to reevaluate everything.
I mean, that's the thing is where does the money go? Come from?
I mean, I think more CEOs are just going to start being picked off on the streets and shit.
I mean, yeah, the money for QE comes from the taxpayer ultimately, in one form or another. So,
I mean
I
Donald
think it's
Trump
possible,
could
but-
just raise corporate taxes, right?
No. He's got to lower them. He's trying to lower them even more.
The rich aren't rich enough. What a platform.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Biden was alive 6 months ago and sharp as a tack.
Yeah, I mean, there was really no good outcome from this election.
How are you going to...
Got the more interesting one.
We did, yeah, unfortunately. Although, I mean, as far as the like fiscal stability goes, I don't think it matters who was elected. Things were fucked. They're just going to accelerate the pace of things being fucked into Trump taking office, so he is also fucked.
Yeah. Well, he's been talking about. I mean, I feel like as Trump gets like more briefings on what he's getting handed, his outbursts in the public have started changing tune a little bit. He's all of a sudden he's now talking a little bit more about how we need to grow our population, probably because growth is the least painful way out of the mess we're in, but it's also sort of the magical belief method. But he's probably been briefed on, like, here's how fucked we are if we don't grow. And he's like, oh, wait. My platform was throw everybody out. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
Here's a really good question. How are you going to fund Dork's lavish Reno lifestyle? I'm just going to move in with him. Assume half his mortgage and create some sort of common law situation so we get a tax break.
I don't know. I was playing a little Discord quiz game with Dork earlier today, and he doesn't even know what Burberry is. He's so poor. He didn't even know. He didn't even know what paneer cheese was. He described it as a lavish international fancy cheese.
Interesting.
So I don't think we have to worry about Dork living lavishly. He just ate a fish out of a dumpster like 2 days ago.
Well, you forgot it was actually the thing. It was with the fish in the leaf, except it wasn't a leaf. It was a wet diaper.
Fish served over a bed of wet diaper.
Is Burberry even like popular anymore?
I don't know. I'm not rich enough to own it either.
I think you can just buy that shit at like Marshall's now.
Yeah, I mean,
rich enough either. I mean, like, I'm not rich enough to just.
Wait, did you just get out of your Toyota Sienna?
Yeah.
Could you let people know when you're gonna switch your microphones like that? We got so used to the astronaut sound. It's just like a shocker, you know?
Yeah, I almost had a violent outburst.
Kind of kills my boner really fast.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Figure it out.
Well, hear the wind. Oh, I'm outside.
Yeah, it makes you sound awful.
Yeah, the cold front's coming in tonight.
What does that mean?
20s.
Oh, Jesus, your guys' power grid's gonna go down again.
Oh. No, we need like ice and snow for that to happen.
So it has
I think it's
to.
gonna be.
So you need a hurricane at the same time as 20-degree weather?
Yeah.
Probably like 2 more years of global warming for that to happen.
Well, I'm ready for some cold. It was like 70 degrees yesterday.
Jen says, I don't know if Burberry is popular anymore, but you can't buy it at Marshall's. Scarves are like $600. I mean, I have some Burberry stuff, but it's all old. I haven't seen it anywhere like popular in a long time. I just assume that anytime things are removed from Bloomingdale's, they just go directly to Marshall's or TJ Maxx.
Do people still use clothes as like a status symbol thing?
Oh yeah,
thing?
yeah, it is.
The fuck?
I thought that went away after the pandemic because everybody wore sweatpants for 3 years, but it's like coming back.
Oh.
Some of us will just wear sweatpants for life.
Most people just shop at Costco now.
Yeah, I think everyone just buys their clothes at Costco now. Every income bracket.
Yeah. Dude, they've been getting some pretty sick Banana Republic stuff pretty consistently lately.
Nice.
I know that's not like high end, but it's quality. Like even just the t-shirts, they're nice. Every time they're like $10 a piece. Yeah, you better believe I get like a fistful of t-shirts every time I go to Costco.
Daniel Mack
like
says I'm
going to a mega conglomerate and buying a product from the brand Banana Republic.
Yeah. You don't like irony with your clothes purchases?
Not that much irony. That's a lot of
It's
irony.
like 2 on the nose.
Just a little bit.
Fair. Willie's got a great quote. The 1% know they can deal with inequality through policy and legislation or through armor plating their Teslas. What they don't know is that we can drown them in their Cybertrucks in tiny ponds.
Nobody owns the Cybertruck. Even the ones that got blown up were rented.
I saw one get in a crash the other day.
Nice.
On the
I
was like going down the FDR and the guy had hit the concrete divider and it just ripped the entire side off the car.
Probably using autopilot.
Probably.
I see them
Nice.
struggling to park around Reno too.
Oh my gosh, I was watching a video of FSD doing just parking in some random parking lot, and on the screen, like the cars were, it was trying to like figure out where cars were and show you like a simplified 3D rendition of your surroundings, and the cars were like jittering and moving around and shifting, shaping into each other, and like
Wait, are they AI generating the visual field because they're
yeah.
too cheap to pay for optical sensors?
No, they use cameras. Oh, you mean like LiDAR?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're using only cameras, so they take in the data and then try to figure out based on like, I'm assuming based off of like the differential of the camera data where things are in space, and it's not great. I wouldn't show that to people because I looked at it and
Tesla
it was like
Tesla is
I
gonna
almost
kill as many people as Lockheed by the time this is over.
like I almost got a seizure looking at this screen, just watching like the cars disappear and meld into each other and move around the parking lot. And it found a spot and parked, but holy shit, it looked so bad. I wouldn't look at that and have any faith in that system at all.
Well, you know
Yeah.
how to get around that, JFresh? MACD.
Mm.
I wish I was joking.
Is there anything you can't interpolate?
Yes, there's lots of things you can't interpolate.
Asymptotes.
Reality.
I don't know. I've been doing a pretty good job at that for a long time.
This assumption that everything follows like a mean value with, you know, outliers from the mean is not a good assumption for reality. And all of the models that people are developing today all are based on the assumption that there is a mean and that there are well-behaved tails around that mean.
Well, it's what fucking Monte Carlo simulations do. They take prior price action and try to stick it into some, you know, assumption about future price action. They're doing the same thing with these data sets, and it's the real world evolves not necessarily like, you know, random walks.
Are my random walks not chaotic enough for you to work? Oh, that's the dirtiest. That's the dirtiest shit I've ever said.
I don't know, dude. They're not Brownian, so.
What'd you just say about me? You're not
You heard
Brownian.
me.
Am I not chaotic
I'm not.
enough for the Turtle Club? What's the limit of free drinks at GSR?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah.
What is GSR?
The Grand Sierra Resort. Well, okay. So if you're on the slots, you'll probably get free drinks all night, but you're not exactly going to be getting them one after the other.
What about blackjack?
Oh, if it's a high limit table, then yeah, you'll probably get free drinks all you want.
You won't even get the watered down ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like
$100.
$100.
Be 1/3 water.
Yeah.
I don't gamble, so.
That's what every gambler says.
Yeah, Dork's never bought out of the money spy calls.
I'm pretty sure the last time I gambled. Okay, yeah. Okay. That's called responsible investing activity. Okay. We need to make a clear demarcation here.
Trading.
The SEC very clearly facilitates my ultra short-term hedging strategies. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I think? I think boomers are going to take our options away at some point because they're jealous that they did shit like drive to Indian reservations 500 miles away from home to gamble, and we figured out how to do it in all 50 states from the comfort of our home.
Oh no, that's why they're going to take away DraftKings.
Yeah, with way better odds.
No, that's what DraftKings is. That's options for the poor.
DraftKings is just preying on people that are too stupid to buy options contracts.
Okay, you say that, Girk, but here, I have an anecdote. All right. So
Alright.
I play the finals with a couple dudes who have done hard time in prison.
Yeah. Of
And when you're
course.
in prison, yeah, of course, that's who I associate with. But
Yeah.
when you do hard time in prison, right? There's nothing to really do besides gamble, and so they would bet on sports with their commissary all the time. And so one of the dudes, they're out of prison, they're clean now, thank goodness. But one of the dudes, he does like these like 16 to 20 leg parlays, and
Mhm.
they'll go from like $10 to like $1,000 or $2,000, and then he just holds them to the moon, and then they go to zero. Except for the one time I convinced him not to do that and actually take the money.
Nice. So, same thing. It's just shitty options trading.
Yeah, well, this guy lives and breathes sports because he got used to it in the clink.
Yeah.
So now he's really good at it, but he has that same greed. But yes, it's all just fucking gambling.
Oh my god, when we start a fund, what we should do is we should like create like a paper trading like a paper trading class at the local prison, and we could train up our like next generation of trainers while they're doing hard time.
Honestly, Girk, and I talked with them about this. The rate of recidivism in the U.S. is insane, and if we could get some felons to have some good-paying jobs out of prison and buck the trend of felons are pieces of shit,
What are we
we
gonna
could change the world.
call
What
their
if
ETF?
everybody's a piece of
Is it just
shit?
gonna be FLN? Is that ticker taken?
Ellen?
I mean, you could always do cons, right?
I'm gonna do
CONS,
FLNY, felony.
or XCON for ex-con.
um,
Oh, nice.
Can
Yeah, that
we-
one's open too. We could
we
create
start-
two.
Can we start sports betting contracts on which hedge funds are going to perform each year?
Wasn't it D.E. Shaw this year? D.E. Shaw looked like they wrecked everybody. They like beat the market by 10%.
Wow.
Kenny's not going to be on the list this year because he got fucked by the Bulls.
Oh, poor Kenny.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough year for Citadel's employees and their bonuses.
They're only going to take them to Disneyland in Japan.
Oh, God.
I know,
INMT
the horror.
inmate.
Oh, Jesus.
This is great. I love these billion-dollar ideas we come up with, and no one steals them, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
Like the baby farm, I'm surprised there's not a Kickstarter campaign for a baby farm.
That's gonna start. That's the baby farms are inevitable.
Yeah, we need babies.
Yeah, we don't have enough babies. Even if we wanted
I
to,
love it. Oh, there's too many good ones.
didn't we have Goldfish versus Wall Street bets already? Yeah.
I mean, I could probably train my cat to trade.
Yeah, probably.
Do you guys want to
Wouldn't be
talk
too hard.
about how we closed almost at 5,900 at the end of the year?
But we didn't.
We closed at like 59.80.
I think what's really
58.83.
I think what's really important here is that we didn't close anywhere near 5,900 that day.
Yeah, we did. It was like
We-
59.83.
It was 58.6. It was 58.60. Oh wait, hold on.
No, no.
It was 58.81.
Also wrong. Hold on.
No, that's right. 58.81.62. December 31st.
Fine. But
But
still, it was pretty close.
You were pretty close.
It went down a little bit.
Did you just do like a 30-day average of delta neutral?
No.
Ah, alright.
5,900 was my estimate for maximum bubble for this quarter. We went way over it. I was like, we can't stay over it forever. Maximum bubble.
Man, the market still doesn't look good. Like we bounced.
Climbing the wall of worry, bro.
Yeah, we bounced really hard off the low, but it still looks really shitty.
Yeah, Jensen's gonna have to pull some serious bullishness out of his ass if he
I don't-
wants to have the S&P go up.
I don't know if I've ever seen gamma neutral so far out of the money before.
I don't know.
Like while still being above delta neutral.
That just sounds like bullish to me. Sounds like we got to get up there. We got to get back to Vega neutral.
Yeah, let's do it. 63.50. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
SPX GM is still at like 60-40.
SPXW is closer though. 59.74 for both
Yeah.
gamma neutral and delta neutral.
Yeah, things look a little more bullish on the weekly chart. But GM's not very high up there. If we move up like quickly right now, GM's gonna be lower than the prior high. That's what happened on like the last bear rally. Like GM dropped to like 60, 78.
Just need the call leverage to roll back in.
There is not a lot of delta on either chain. Dude, look at the total delta on SPX. It's so fucking low.
Yeah, they really haven't come back in and re-levered after the
No.
December expiration. And the December expiration was quite large. I mean, it ended up being obviously the largest ever, but in terms of delta that expired.
Get
Well, the market
fucked.
didn't crash, Jay Fresh.
Yeah, I know the market didn't crash. And obviously people are going to slowly relever over time, but it's really, I mean, we almost got back to, so we had like, let's see, like $1 trillion or like $700 billion more delta on the chain at this expiration compared to the last quarterly OPEX. And we're basically back to where we were after the last quarterly OPEX. So like all of the like growth in the size of the market has fallen off, and we're now back to like where we were sort of through most of 2024. But it was a pretty intense push out in terms of delta for a while there. But I mean, you think about like, you look back in like 2022, where we were dealing with like $1.5 trillion in delta, and now we're at like maxes of almost $4 trillion in delta. Like the size of the market, of the options market, has just inflated so quickly. And honestly,
Yeah, I mean,
it all started, it pretty much was flat until the banks started failing in March of 2023.
Yeah.
And then it just started going fucking wild.
kind of reminds me of a couple other events that happened in history, like January 2018 and March 2020. But those were not as extended as this rally. This rally really has been one for the record books.
Net delta is like 1.2 trillion lower than it was on the December OPEX. I feel like more is just gonna fall off with Jan.
Oh yeah, well Jan's a big one for individual names, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot of stuff falling. So you don't have like this index weight or index inertia, which is why we're in a higher vol environment. But then, I mean, once all of these contracts for like Nvidia and Apple and Microsoft and et cetera all start falling off, that's when things could get real weird.
I'm telling you, I
Guys,
hope that Jensen walks out on stage and just collapses from a heart attack from all the cocaine.
just with his pants completely unzipped.
Does he have leather?
Yeah.
Does he have leather pants yet?
No, he's just
That's the
pants
next.
unzipped. He's gonna walk out on stage, pants unzipped, just clotheslining people in like the 20th row. You all visualized it, which means you're all gay now, unless you're one of the 3 women that are in this community.
There's 3 now? I guess there are 3.
There are 3, yeah. There's probably more, but there's only 3 that actually participate in the talking.
I will say there's only 3 that have admitted to being women.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one that's admitted to being a woman but never actually proved it.
Hazy?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you look at like Delta in the market, obviously we're excluding like SPX and SPXW, so like actual ETF options or stock options. SPY obviously is the top, but the next one's Nvidia, and the next one after that is Tesla, and then QQQ, right? So these individual stocks, when they expire, it's gonna be interesting.
Well, if it's anything like the post-December OPEX, it's going to be disgusting and dispersion's going to fall apart. Because I feel like that's the only thing still holding all this together is that dispersion, like long vol and the underlying is still very present, even though the short vol and the indexes has kind of wound off. And I think the Jan OPEX, it's either, everyone needs to re-leverage into everything, or dispersion breaks down and the long vol and the underlying falls off. Because, I mean, I've been through like 30 stocks this morning, and all of them look like they like high gamma on the 117 strike, but like low out of the money delta. Like nothing's coming in on the bull side, and everything's just like running up the like increases in gamma into expiration.
Yeah, we're gonna start getting.
What do we call the expansion of gamma into expiration, Doric?
Market crash?
Oh, goddamn you!
No.
Oh, I'm quizzing you, you bitch.
Speed?
Uh, color. Wow.
I mean, it is color.
Why are we letting him do the? Yeah, but you said speed first. What the? Remember, Gamma Strike brought to you by Dork's Calculations.
Well, to be fair, Dork's not calculating colors, so.
That's true.
No, not really.
I think it has a big effect here.
Also, to also
So,
be fair,
calc it,
the
because I
fact
want to
that
see
they
it.
call them Greeks and are just giving them all these Greek symbol names is stupid, and I hate finance bros.
You mean you hate finance mathematicians?
They're not the ones who did this. It was traders who named this shit.
Merton.
He didn't start calling them Greeks, did he?
I mean, he defined them.
Well, sure, that's fine, but that's not the same as giving them names. Like, he defined them using math. Like, oh, this is the partial derivative of this with respect to this, and this is the partial derivative of this with respect to that.
Yeah, but I mean, they were still Greeks.
Well, we use Greek symbols for everything, though. It's not unique to finance. I wouldn't like latch onto them and say these are the Greeks.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I see the disconnect from academic mathematics in that regard.
Yeah, we use Greek symbols in everything just because there's not enough letters in the alphabet for complex problems. We need a lot of symbols. And even then, we reuse a bunch of stuff. That's when we start using subscripts, and I think it's nasty.
Oh, I hate the fucking subscripts when you have like Delta sub mu nu, and I'm like, kill me, please.
Okay, so are we gonna calc color so I can see the effect of gamma expansion into the end of the month or the end of the OPEX?
No,
Why?
it's not minimum viable product.
Yeah, but I really want to look at it.
All right, well, we'll get there.
I
when
really
we
want to look
release
at
stuff.
boobies, and here we are.
If
I
you
mean,
agree
I
to
can show
release-
you my tits,
release the-
Dork.
If you agree to release the beta, then we can talk.
Interesting. We have some.
I almost had Girk on the ropes with the whole show me his titties thing. I might just do it for that.
I'm gonna put pasties on first.
Oh, okay,
That way,
I'm not doing it.
that way you don't know my nipple size.
Oh, you got a couple of helipads in there? Is that what's going on?
No, I just want it to be a mystery.
Oh,
I wanted to keep you awake at night,
Couple of
thinking,
slices of salami.
wondering if they're dimes or $half.
the slices of prosciutto.
Ew, what? Those aren't circular. You have to pick a circular meat.
You don't understand when you buy prosciutto in Nevada, it is circular.
If your prosciutto is coming in circle form, that's probably not prosciutto.
I mean, it's bologna.
where
What do
I'm
you call it
from.
prosciutto?
Because where I'm from, prosciutto is like $12 for 3 little paper thin slices that you can see through.
And they're rectangular.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah, ish.
Oh yeah, our prosciutto comes from Oscar Mayer, and it's in the section with the bologna because it's bologna.
You're baloney.
Dork's gonna post a bologna carbonara to the Discord next.
I just might.
If you do, I'm coming out to Nevada and I'm gonna kick you right in the balls.
Sounds like it'd be totally worth it to do this now. I'm in.
GFKT would be a good ticker brand for a new ultra long 20-year ETF. Get fucked. Yeah. I wonder if we could get Poopy to go log.
Well, guarantee we could.
Oh, DZ's a female. That's 4. We have 4 now.
Nice. All right.
Look at us growing our gender representation.
I'm gonna
Wow.
have to get an HR.
No. Well, yeah. I don't know. Barl still hasn't gotten back to me after my last 27 submissions from Friday night.
I think it might be because he doesn't know what most of those things are.
It's true.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I've been here from the beginning. Okay, never mind. We're not expanding our reach. Oh well.
You see, you're supposed to fake it and say you just showed up and saw this place and loved how inclusive it was. God damn it. Ruining our brand.
Which part's inclusive? Is it when we accuse any woman who shows up in the Discord of being a robot?
No. I don't accuse. Look, there's only one person who I'm very suspicious of. Okay, because
Jen
they talk
Jen?
a lot like a. Okay, I'm a little suspicious of Jen Jen, but for other reasons. She asked me for my social and my account and routing number for my bank and everything, and I gave them to her, and she still hasn't gotten back to me.
That's because it was
$50,000 reimbursement.
Well, that's because she looked and it was empty.
All that Burberry he's been buying.
You can't con someone if they don't have any money.
Yeah. It's fun when people would knock on my door and ask me if I want to replace my roof, and I'm like, get fucking real.
Is there something wrong with your roof?
No.
No.
It's like 5 years old or something like that, or 6 years old.
That could have opened up like a whole
last
new
time-
line of us making fun of your roof.
This reminds me, I've been getting weirder and weirder with the people who come and bother me at my front door because my house is always a zoo, as documented by every stream we've ever had. The last time that someone came to my door, it was like some kid trying to sell. Oh God, what was he trying to sell? I don't even remember. But I literally just like I saw him coming and I knew through my office window, and so
Did you buy
I just
whatever he was selling?
no, I just finished changing a diaper full of poo, and I
Mhm.
just like walked to the door with the diaper open, full of poo in my hand, and I just opened the door and said, "Yes, can I help you?" And I'm just holding this poopy diaper, and it was it was fun. He didn't really know what to do. He just kind of wanted to leave.
Anytime,
Yeah.
anytime anyone has the audacity to show up to my front door to sell me something, I just buy it.
Oh shit! I got a new business plan. I'm
Yeah.
going to New York, boys.
I got a really cool like nutritional blender that I've never used that way. I figure if they're like in 2024, if they're doing door-to-door sales, they need the money more than I do.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
showing to
they're
your
always
house the bottle
really.
cap.
You could just kind of smell the pour on them. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but the ones. What about the ones? So you
It's
don't get
also
this
just the
if you live in
fastest
an
way to get rid
apartment.
of them.
You
Yeah.
don't. You can just close the door, but you don't get this because you live in an apartment. But out here, where there's more sprawl, sometimes they're going around on those hoverboards
Oh, that's amazing. I want Mormons to
with
show up to my door.
iPads, and they're like strapped to their hand. And they just like hover to door and are just like, would you like to buy some solar panels? Like, no. They're like, can I come back at a later time? No.
Just tell them you don't believe in the sun.
Sun isn't real.
Wait,
It's only light.
have you ever had like Mormon missionaries show up on hoverboards?
No.
Because that should be like an SNL skit.
Oh, did
Probably
Mormons
should.
finally graduate from bicycles to hoverboards?
Did they have bicycles?
Yeah, they used to ride around on bikes in their nice little
The
outfits.
short sleeve, white button down shirt.
Yeah, and the black khakis. Yeah.
All still with the folds in it from the store.
Yeah, yeah. Those brand new clothes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
open
Moose
the
Bananas confirmed they still ride bikes. That's good.
I don't open the door for them. That's also quick. Maple says I'm not a bot.
I don't know, Maple.
That was an automatic bot response.
Yeah.
You think
I
a
don't know.
bot
Until I
wouldn't
see the
you'd
toe.
think a
Wait,
bot
wait,
wouldn't
wait,
be so
wait.
defensive.
Hold on, Girk. Let's get some pictures up on the stream. Tell me which pictures have bicycles in them.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. We're not doing that. All right, nice try. I don't need to fail that test.
uh,
Spoiler alert: we'll all fail that test because we're all bots, and you've been alone for the last 4 years.
wait. I have
Just
another test too. I'm going to show a picture, and you're going to tell me whether or not it's a hot dog.
I'm gonna
Dork,
go ahead and
Dork,
guess they're all.
if you DM me another picture of your penis.
Yeah, I don't want to see your butt again.
Mormons used to come to our door in Texas in 110-degree heat, having a wet t-shirt contest with their suits on. 1990 Hennessy. Welcome to Billionaire Man. So, Popcorn Trader has this theory that everyone is a bot, and I'm just living in my own personal purgatory where I
Yeah,
spend all day talking to bots.
none of us are real.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a preview of the future, anyways. But yeah, no, we've all been fake this whole time.
Shit.
Yeah.
If I wake up tomorrow and it's still the middle of COVID, I'm going long to video.
Nice. Yeah, Jen has a point there.
It's true.
Then
Although
eventually
there's some
everyone's gonna
days,
buy.
like days when the SPX trades flat, where I feel like I'm in Groundhog Day.
Oh, dude, it's the worst.
We need to start playing more equities again. I'm getting bored with indexes being boring.
Well, there's always Carvana.
I'm short Carvana already.
There's always more Carvana.
More short?
Yeah.
That's how I caused the stock to bounce.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're worth $0, so you just hold them until they expire, and then that's it.
Hmm.
It's not about making money, Gert. It's about sending a message.
I see. Is that message? Is that message? I threw my money away.
That's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah. Okay. I already have my moral short in place with my Nvidia 60 puts.
I need to get me some of those.
Yeah.
What's the IV on them? It's like
I don't know. They fucking
like 70%.
they're down again, so they're probably cheap.
Nice.
Jan 2026, $60 puts. They're at $1.50 right now.
Ooh.
With
Goodbye, fubo. Hello, Nvidia short.
with 60% IV.
Fuck me, dude.
Break even's at $58 at expiry. So
you're saying there's a chance?
I was up on them like a week ago. And now they're actually they're a little higher now than when I bought them, I think. Yeah, they're still a little higher. I got in around like $1.45. Somehow they're still higher. Well, IV is higher, so that's why. Because they have like a decent amount of Vega on them, I think. Like 0.11.
Okay. Maybe I'll buy one right before Jensen pulls his Wong out and collapses on stage.
I mean, I think Jensen just walks out in leather pants, and then he's got so much leather on both outside and underneath his clothing that his skin suffocates and he dies.
That's a strange prediction.
Or he might get crushed to death by hot chicks wanting their titties signed by him.
Those are just Nvidia employees.
Ah.
Yeah.
That are all happy that he made them millionaires.
Yeah.
Something like 1 in 2 employees at Nvidia is a millionaire now.
I think it's like 87% of them are, and then like of those, 1 out of every 2 is worth more than 25 million.
Jesus. Why does anybody still work there?
I don't know.
Probably because they haven't invested yet.
Yeah. When that happens though, they're gonna experience some serious fucking brain drain.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be dumb.
All right.
Hey, Dirk, have you done TA on TLT yet?
No.
It looks like it's gonna go down.
Well, it was in a bear flag that failed. Yeah, it looks like garbage. I mean, I already say 10 20 year to 8%?
Yeah, I think we agreed on that back in like 2022.
Yeah. We're just like not even halfway there. Well, we're a little more than halfway there.
Okay.
So we just
Well,
need
that would be
TL.
TLT to like 50.
Yeah, ideally. But then we get calendar spreads and go long.
Hmm.
Or I just buy the treasuries. Wait,
But
but if I want to take advantage of the interest rate arb, I got to take out the HELOC now, right?
No.
Oh.
Oh, well,
Wait.
actually, wait, hold on. Which way are you trying to play the ARB?
Well, I was trying to go long the treasury, right? And
So,
if I
well,
took the
you
HELOC
would
out
take
now,
the HELOC out now, and then you would want to go like short the like ultra bond future until rates hit 8%. Then you go long TLT.
I see. And I just eat those monthly payments. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way that I
Well,
guarantee
actually, you could
again.
technically like trim the ultra bond short to cover your like your payment every month.
Well, what's going to happen is bonds are going to stay completely flat until they dump in one day, and then QE, and then they rocket to the moon.
Yeah, that whole process is going to be like 15 minutes. Like the 20 year is going to hit 8%. QE is going to immediately be announced. And then everyone's
gonna
going to
hit
log the 20 year at the exact same time, rocketing the rate
Including the
back down.
Fed.
Yeah, rocketing the rate back down to 4%. What
I
if
swear to God, dude.
what if rates don't stop at 8%? I don't know.
That would be extremely bad.
Yeah.
Sufficiently restrictive for sure at that point.
Start trying to
I
apply
think
for.
once rates start actually getting painful, then this whole idea that we can just spend forever and it's just only a good thing will die very quickly, and it will become very politically expedient to lower the deficit.
Or, now get this, Jay Fresh. Baby farms.
Yeah, baby farms. We gotta grow the pot. That's
What
why.
if everyone in our government is stupid, and instead of doing that, they just try to spend more money?
Then you go long Apple. I mean, no, I mean you just go long. I mean, if they start doing QE, you just go long all the mega caps.
Yeah.
And just hold them because inflation's going to run out of control, and you want the monopoly power so they can just infinitely pass on all inflation.
Yep.
You just buy NASDAQ, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's why in any market where there is a lot of inflation, their stock market just goes insane because people are just trying to get out of the currency and own like the companies that actually make things.
Yeah.
That have so like not only like tech mega caps who have monopolies, but you own like companies that make things that can be sold at any price.
Caterpillar.
Right? So, like, yeah. Or like Kraft.
What about Tesla?
Yes.
Is that the
No.
Tesla long?
No. There's no reason to ever own Tesla except for rampant speculation about Elon's shenanigans.
I heard he's gonna breed out a few more kids.
Yeah, well, maybe he should make sure that those kids all buy Teslas because nobody else is.
I love that they're like their year-over-year sales dumped and the stock's up like 30%.
No, he got Trump dumped him onto Vivek. If I was Trump, like of the things I know about Trump, what I imagine probably happened is he just like in his inability to like paint anyone with more than just a broad brush, he's just like Elon's a tech nerd, and Vivek is an Indian, so he's also probably a nerd. So I'm just gonna put these two high energy nerds together so that they stop bothering me.
That's
Especially
perfect.
after he already got their constituents, which is all he really cared about, which was himself. He's just like, how do I like get these nerds to put their energy into something other than me?
Yeah, make a fake
And I,
department and let him run it.
yeah, and that's all it was. Like, I can't think of any worse offensive things that he could do than to put like the two nerds together to be nerds and just like go do something. It's really important, guys. Go do it.
We're talking about the throuple between Trump, Elon, and Vivek.
I mean, it's more like Trump took the plastic sheriff badges and stuck them on those two guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Put them together and said, "You guys are going to be a team." Oh, you want to call it Doge? That's so funny.
Have you
You guys
guys
are gonna be a great
noticed?
word.
Have you guys noticed that like Trump's collagen is just like falling out of his skin so fast that his fake tan won't even stick to it anymore?
I haven't honestly. I don't think I've seen a picture of Trump in a while. Actually,
He looks like a moldy sweet potato.
I mean, I still can't get over the fact that everyone just normalized the fact that this old man wakes up every morning and paints his face orange.
I still can't believe we've normalized the fact that we like to elect people into office who have 1 foot deep in the grave and another foot rapidly coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell's
That part's
probably
weird.
only got like 4 more Senate terms ahead of him.
So JFresh, you're on my Discord. It's telling me that you played Mass Effect 2 4 days ago, and then you played Quiz Planet 2 hours ago. Thoughts?
Did I played Quiz Planet with Dork while we were waiting for you?
How late was
I'm
it?
already-
he beat me.
Well, we were early, but then you were also late.
All right.
Wait, you
Yeah.
have like a record of when I played what?
Mass Effect and Quiz Planet. I'm guessing you stopped playing Mass Effect 4 days ago because there weren't enough sex scenes.
No, I finished it. I'm playing Mass Effect 3 now.
There's more sex in that one.
Not really. But I'm trying to get through them before everything starts picking up, but I don't think I'm going to finish.
Mass
Fair.
Effect 3 does have a preponderance of extraterrestriacy.
Extra.
Did you just see that?
Yes. It's got some good
And I'm-
caked up people in it.
Yeah, but I'm making all the wrong decisions and they're not really doing much other than, you know.
How can
Strings.
you not
like-
like the decisions basically are like yes, no, let's have sex.
Yeah, but they never just say, it's never that simple. I have to interpret what the decision is actually saying.
You're looking into it way too far, Jay Fresh. The game has a
I don't know.
degenerate mode, and it's just pick those buttons.
Oh,
Like, what will bring me closer to seeing this extraterrestriacy?
Can we just not use that word again? It's too. It's too many syllables. Will Subo survive a market correction? Asking for a friend, cough,
Will what?
atomic, cough, a market correction.
did you say Subo?
Fubo.
Oh,
What's a Subo?
Sounds like a drink you get in an Asian country.
Yeah, it does actually.
Like a soft drink.
All right, market projections for the SPX for next week. I won, but only because I moved my little needle like $1 above JFresh's end of year prediction.
Above? Then Jay Fresh wins. All right, no, you win. Yeah,
I
you win.
would. Yeah. Dork, I don't even know what this shit was.
I wanted to say 59.50, but I think I said something else.
Yeah.
I think I said 56.50.
That's
But I just stuck with it.
It was 5,600.
Ah,
And then JFresh's prediction is now over, so he has to make a new one. I vote he goes first.
yeah, do it, Jay Fresh.
All right, sorry, I was peeing.
That was quiet. Nice. Did you piss
I
onto
put
like
you
the
on
edge?
mute.
Oh, okay.
I think he's still peeing. He just pees sitting down.
I do that sometimes. It's nice. You can be on your phone.
Yeah, it's how you take a 30-second pee and turn it into a 5-minute pee.
I'm old
Well,
enough
then
that
you
I
might
don't-
as well just poop.
Well, yeah, that's why you just sit down and kind of see what happens while you're on your phone. Anyway, okay, so take a line and draw it to the end of 2025.
No,
4,800.
no. You can only predict out as far as next Monday morning.
Okay. Let me pull up the chart. God damn it. Too many windows open. Too many Gamma Strike windows open.
Same. We have like 900 domains now.
I know, we have to look at the differences of all. It's like a magazine game for kids. Spot the difference between these three versions of the website. Let's see. We're gonna go up to trying to decide if we're gonna make it to 6,000, and if we do, we're gonna go above it. I think we're gonna go to 59.80 by Wednesday.
Morning? Or close?
Yeah,
Okay.
morning. And then we're gonna close the week at
Don't forget Jimmy Carter's birthday. I mean, death day.
Mother trucker. Okay, thank you. 59.20. So we're gonna close the week.
All right. Wow, that is fucking.
That is the most boring fucking prediction I've ever seen.
I hate it so much, but it's probably pretty accurate.
JFresh, I
right.
think I just lost a little bit of respect for you on that one.
All right, Dork. I assume you're gonna attempt to trump this.
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
am. Okay. So perfectly flat Monday.
Okay.
A little bit of lettuce.
And then a little bit of lettuce. Okay, and then on Tuesday we are going to 6,000.
Damn.
Yeah, Jensen's gonna say a bunch of bullshit, so we're going to 6,000.
Okay.
And then so Friday is the day it's closed, right?
No, Thursday.
Thursday?
Yep.
Okay, so we're at 6,000 and day Tuesday, flat Wednesday, and then on Friday, Mark Zuckerberg is going to say some bullish shit about AI, and then we're going to go to 62.50 by the end of day Friday.
Holy cow. All-time high, huh?
How do you know it's Zuck?
Straight up.
Wait, how high? 60.
62.50.
62.50.
Yes.
Jesus.
$6,250.
This is the most bullish prediction I've ever heard.
That's insane.
Well, you see, the thing is Zuck is not one to be one-upped. And so he's going to start talking about llama or whatever the fuck he's got. And then at the same time, what's-his-face from Google is going to go nuts. Elon's going to say some crazy shit. It's all going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful week. There we go.
That's delusional.
And not a single person from the media is going to ask them, how are you going to make any money from this?
Nope.
Don't be silly.
So I'm just gonna go like that.
What's that? I'm not watching.
He's going like 60-30, I think.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. You and Girk are kind of making good predictions. If I changed my straight up line on Friday, though, to 59.60, then now would be really boring again.
Yeah, but the competition into the end of the week would be fierce between the three of us.
I like to do this mostly to troll people on the SPX chat.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me screenshot these predictions.
Wait, are you changing it or are you going to 62.50?
No, 62.50 all the way, bro.
I like how you're estimating that not only do we punch through Gamma Max, but the brand new collar as well.
We punched through Gamma Max, brand new collar. Well, the thing is Gamma Max is going to rise to meet spot because there is going to be a never before seen flow of long calls at and out of the money on the scale of hundreds of billions of dollars, up to if not trillions of dollars.
$1 trillion
is
and
not trillions of dollars, but
zero DTE call side leverage.
Yes, no, it's going to be insane, and it's all because Jensen said 1 million X.
Just closelining people on like the 55th row.
It keeps extending. It's like the 23rd row before, and now he's just even harder.
Just like cleanly cleaving heads off of necks.
That's who we should interview on here. Is not Jensen, but his wife.
It's like the scene in basketball whenever Jensen gets his shoulder tapped.
I want to know.
When he's out of the shower.
I do want to know how much his wife is drinking his Kool-Aid. I mean, she probably doesn't give a single fuck. She's just spending money.
She's an engineer too, right?
I think so.
She has like a charity.
They met in school, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
they have a really cute? They have like a really
Andy?
cute story. No, that's his niece or second cousin.
That's the thing. Is like Jensen is actually a very likable, plucky, like come upper, right? But then he just kind of turned into like a fart sniffer, and it's just gross.
The worst part is, I think that like they have the background to know that they're full of shit.
They do.
Yeah. That makes them distasteful to me.
Absolutely knows that he's full of shit. It's a game, and you either get invited to the club to, the top of the Ponzi, or you don't. Oh, speaking of top of the Ponzi, has SMCI released their earnings yet?
Yeah.
They're back.
They like a little while ago.
Their audited earnings?
No. Just like the estimate of their audited earnings.
Oh yeah, they haven't filed any of their forms though, right?
No.
Yeah.
So still bullish.
Still fun.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Isn't that so fun how they can just like break all of these rules, and it's just like, okay, but I know it's a rule, but we can have some more time.
Oh look, we got moldy sweet potato Trump made by Jen.
Where?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I didn't know Jen was moving into the art space.
I think she's learned how to become a prompt engineer from all the new AI prompt engineering books that have shown up in the library.
I didn't make it? Oh. Well, that's too bad. Because it's really a work of art.
Wait, I missed this old stream card that's in the chat in this room. Is this Elon and his son in the White House?
Wait, which one?
The one in the dick chat.
The one where dork is on your shoulders.
Oh, this was corporate security. Like when the whole corporate security thing was blowing up because of Luigi.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Dork's my corporate security guard. I just wear him on my shoulders. I know it would work. I wouldn't be able to get shot in the head.
Oh my god. It's
I really like this new trend of turning Dork into a 4-year-old child.
He's so serious.
Well, he's looking for threats. He's assessing
know.
threat potential.
He's doing ocular pat downs.
I mean, yeah, I need to be in a good vantage point, right, to see the grassy knolls.
So grassy.
Dork, I'll give you a piggyback ride any day.
On your shoulders, that'd be so. Could we go to a music festival and I could be on your shoulders the whole time, and you're just sitting there?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's fine. As
It's
long as
gonna be a
I
festival for
don't have
music
to
and
drink beer.
I'm losing my mind. Once you said grassy knolls, the first thing that happened was I went to, oh, that'd be a fun euphemism, asking someone if their knoll was grassy. And then I was thinking about knoll as in like a null value, and I was like, I wonder if Dork's knolls are grassy.
Hold on, I'm changing.
I mean, when I smoke pot, they are.
I'm changing my prediction.
No, you're not.
I am.
No.
Yeah.
6280.
No. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You can't do this to me.
I can.
I just
6251.
posted this.
You do 6251, I'll do 6249.
God damn it. All right, let me screenshot this. I swear to God, Gerg, if you edit this one more time, I'm going to be upset.
What did he change it to?
I went
I don't
bearish
know.
instead.
Mm.
I went end of week 820. I have a reason. I have a reason. And
That way we cover such a. Is it an economic calendar reason?
No, it's based entirely off of a bias that I've recently developed surrounding implied moves between the SPX and SPXW. I think anytime the implied move favors the SPX, it's bearish. So when SPX has like an implied move of like 65 and SPXW has an implied move of like 40, bearish.
Oh. It's interesting. Well, I'm building a whole bunch of new IV tools that I'm not going to share with you until I start winning these by using them.
Wow. Also, one other reason. Wait, no, I forgot what it was. I had another reason that I just thought up, but then I forgot because you said that you had implied volatility tools that you're not showing me. Which is rude.
Well, I invented a new volatility. It's explicated volatility. It is no longer implied. No, I didn't really do that. I'm still over here wondering what a string is.
Well, Dork, when a man loves a woman very much.
I think I understand now.
All right, that's enough of this. This has been going on for like 3 hours.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thank you guys for hopping on.
Thanks for having us, bud.
Yeah. Can't say it was fun, but it's part of the job.
Wow.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick.
All right.
Stroking my shit.
All right. Catch you guys later.
I'll see you guys later. Guys, if you have any questions and I didn't get to them on the stream, feel free to hit me up on the Discord. I'll be around for some of the rest of the day. Pickle's Picks will probably be out sometime in the middle of the night. And I will see you guys all tomorrow for Market Open. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Later.